right there. But what he's actually doing is he's taking the power from Washington and he is giving it back to the American people where the power belongs and where it is intended to be. That's what he's doing. If you go back, Trump's been pretty consistent on things. America is getting screwed by different trade deals. And he kept on saying that if things got bad enough, he would run. He's been very consistent on the racism stuff when it comes to, hey, I'm like against all this KKK hate stuff. It's never been for me. I will never be a part of it. He's been very consistent on helping minorities. He's been very consistent on employing people of all vast walks of life. He's been very consistent on helping the needy. You got rappers that's been making music about him. He's been, you could say, pro-black. Never been called racist or anything till he ran as a Republican. So, what do you think about that? I mean, the guy just raised taxes on himself, gave up billions of dollars, spun millions of dollars to campaign, spun far more of his own money than was donated in to even run as president. The guy went out and made promises that the news media made fun of, like the 4% GDP. We've already hit it. Less than 2 years of him being in, we've already hit that. Democrats and Republicans were both saying that 2%, or whatever it was, that low crap that it was the new normal. All these jobs wouldn't come back. It's back. Trumponomics are winning. So why is it that these two parties dislike him again? Well, again, we the people, we're supposed to have that control. We're supposed to be running the government. We're supposed to be running the show. And that's what Trump's doing. He's letting our voices be heard. He's saying the stuff that we've been wanting to say. We're getting screwed over. Realize when he actually talks to us, if you actually watch his speeches and how he actually talks to us like we're actual people, because we actually are people, but he actually talks to us, engages with people. He doesn't just get up there and give some generic, boring speech. Most of his speeches are not even scripted. Notice that when he gives a speech, most of the time he don't even have a piece of paper in his hand. He just walks out there and he talks. Average American can understand him. And he won by a landslide. He's still drawing hundreds, thousands of people to those rallies every time he goes and speaks. All those people that's going out there can't be racist. I mean, I think the KKK has like 3,000 members or something like that. I think there's, all in total, as far as America is concerned, I think there's less than 5,000 members of the Klan and neo-Nazis, all that combined. I believe there are more Antifa members than Klan members and neo-Nazis. All those people going to those rallies can't be racist, mean old white people who just hate black people. It can't be possible that we have that much hate in America that just thousands and thousands and thousands of white people are just gonna go to these meets. And what about Mr. Big Bad Racist Trump? I'm using that from Kevin's Corner. He called him Big Bad Racist. What about the fact that Trump actually dated a black chick for 3 years? I just found that out myself the other day. But he's just so racist. You got Omarosa, who, when you think about it, she was already intending to betray the president because she had been in there recording conversations that she shouldn't have been recording. Even the Clinton administration had fired her. Surprised she's still alive. The Clintons gonna fire this lady for being crooked. I'd ought to tell you something. If they didn't trust Omarosa, he shouldn't have trusted her. That was a bad call on him. Straight up. If you ask me something that Trump did that was wrong, hiring Omarosa. That was a bad call. You can't hire all your friends, and all your friends ain't really your friends. She was just waiting to stab him in the back, had a little phone out trying to record stuff, trying to get some dirt. And as soon as she was fired, I remember her talking about she was gonna write a book. Now the whole time she had been sitting there defending the president. Oh, the president's not racist. He didn't say anything like that. Really, she didn't have to defend him at all, but that's cool she did, because it probably helped him a little bit when it came to minorities. But if you just actually watched his speeches, you'd hear the news lying on him day by day. Be like, hold up, I just watched the speech an hour ago. He didn't say nothing about hating all Mexicans. He didn't say black people go back to Africa. He didn't say he didn't want all Muslims over here. What in the world? And he was just lying on this man, just straight up lying. Been keeping up with the FBI investigation, you know it's complete BS. Robert Mueller can't seem to piece together the evidence and that the real Russian collusion was between the Democrats. To come up with a story about some hookers, because Hillary said that he hired some hookers to pee on the bed that Barack and Michelle slept in. Then they used that. I mean, that was the basis for the FISA warrant that was created. Lied to the judges about what was in the FISA warrant. I mean, Jesus Christ. Couldn't they just throw it out? No, they're still going to go look for a crime. How are they going to go look for a crime? The FBI is supposed to investigate actual crimes that happened, not go find a crime. Only thing left to do is try to get them for a perjury charge. That basically means Trump, well, on this particular day, you said the sun came up at 6:39 a.m. But on a different day, you said it came up at 6:38. Perjury. Boom. Jail. This is why they urging them, don't go talk to the FBI. Again, what does Trump really have to gain out of this? Nothing except for helping a whole bunch of other people, because he gave up his billions to go out here to help the forgotten Americans, which is people like me, people like some of y'all out there who are watching, the working class people who were getting screwed by high taxes, being forced to buy insurance that we couldn't afford, and of course the premiums were jacked way up where you couldn't afford them, so that was hurting you. Then if you didn't buy the insurance, they just yank it out of your income tax, so you wouldn't get your income tax back, period. But Barack was so great, though, right? Forcing you to go and buy something you didn't want with your own money that you went out and bust your butt for. But they got real crimes to investigate and they won't even do that. Mueller, Fusion GPS. And here's another thing as far as the FBI is concerned. Money from the Hillary campaign ended up into somebody, and I forget the name because there's a lot of names involved. But there was somebody who was in charge, who was in the DOJ. Money from the Hillary campaign ended up in the hands of a person who was investigating Trump. Part of the DOJ. So the DOJ is getting kickbacks from the Hillary campaign to investigate Trump. Of course, the Hillary campaign paid Fusion GPS for the FISA warrant. But Robert Mueller can't see that. All the obvious evidence is there that this whole investigation is BS. And again, like I said, what does Trump have to gain? Just helping folks like you and me, like he's been doing for 30, 40 years, however long he's been helping folks out. But people are so buried in his hatred. One of the stupidest things that I see going around on the internet is this little meme. It shows all of Trump's failed businesses, his steak and his vodka and some other stuff, and they talk about how he's in debt. Well, that's it.